Welcome everyone. This is an exciting new venture that we've got here. Welcome to the official podcast of the Brumbies. We are Between Two Props. First off, I'd like to say the purpose of this podcast is to bring you behind the scenes of what makes the Brumbies such a great club. We're going to try and get stories from players past and present, as well as the people that make this club great. And joining me is my fellow co-host and fellow prop, Harry Vella.
Thank you very much, Blake. Great to be a fellow cohort. It's awesome.
Did I say that right?
Yeah, we're going live.
We're going live. We're just running with it. This is what we do, all right? We're new to this, so everyone bear in mind. Harry, tell us a bit about yourself, bro. How did you end up with the Brumbies?
I guess a good place to start is at the beginning. And moved from Mackay as a young boy to the beautiful Sunshine Coast with mum and dad, and was lucky enough to go to the great Nudgee College like yourself.
That is a great college, yes. Many great rugby players have come out of that college. So shout out to Nudgee College, by the way.
Nudgee College. Rob Toyer playing in the Origin tonight.
Not for New South Wales, though. That's sad.
No,
sorry.
Horrible. Sorry, guys. You can imagine as a 14, turning 15-year-old at boarding school, getting absolutely just bullied around the hallways by a mature and muscular Blake Shoppy at the time in his senior year.
Yeah, times have changed, eh?
No, not at all. Not at all. But,
it's funny because I remember you being the big dog even in year 10. So, yeah.
It's crazy you bring up dogs because Shoppy's thing was he used to bark in the change room before he went on the field at Nudgee. It was a known thing. And it's never really been emulated since, but I guess Nudgee. It was perfect days. I guess from there though, I went kind of like after school was lucky enough to come down to the Brumbies, where I've pretty much been injured ever since. But hopefully that'll change soon. And it's good. Canberra gets a bad rap.
It does, but I think it's perfect for what we do. Playing rugby, hanging out with the boys. What more could you want?
Yeah, we're pretty easygoing people though. Like, not big party guys, like pretty chill. Like, as long as there's good coffee places.
Yep.
Like, we're happy.
Yeah, that's all we need. Talk to us a little bit about your injury, man. I know it's not a lot of people know the full story and that. So give us a little bit of insight on what happened there.
Yeah, well, I guess I've just coming off the back now of a double ACL. A lot of the boys say that's all I talk about, but it's because I kept getting asked. But it was pretty tough at the start. I think any ACL or any major injury is tough, but coming off the back of it now, just trying to get a few games in and a bit of confidence. It's looking pretty good, touch wood. But you know what it's like, man. Like, it's tough with injuries, but I think it's a little bit of part of the job at this stage.
It is, yeah. All right, cool. We do have an exciting guest joining us. He is behind camera at the moment, being a pest as usual. Yeah. Harry, do you want to do the honours and introduce our first guest?
I will. And he told me to do a good job of introducing him, so I'll do my best. So we've got our next guest, our first guest on the show is actually a rugby league convert, he says himself. He's a movie connoisseur because he's watched the first season of Sopranos. And from Hornsby Heights, Sydney, Wallaby and Brumby, Billy Pollard.
Welcome, Billy Pollard. Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, welcome.
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, thanks, Phil. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Good to have you here, man. How you going?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Shoppy. How are you?
Good. Big week. Crusaders game coming up. How are the boys feeling?
Yeah, good. Obviously a massive week. Good Crusaders are, and they have been for a very long time. So, everyone's very excited, but we understand how big the challenge is.
I will just say, Bill, before we get going, like, in the media, like, you come across as a really good guy, and like that's obviously not the case. I just want to let you know, like, just between two guys, we know the real you.
Between two props, actually.
You don't have to hide anymore. Like, it's good.
No, I think media training is really important for someone. You're a professional footballer, so I'll just do my best to do that.
Straight back Bill, they call him. Straight back Bill.
Yeah, and you won't get me today. I'll try as far as I can. But,
Well, Bill, tell us a bit about how you ended up at the Brumbies, man. This was ages ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, geez, a while now. I don't know, came down when I was 17. just about to turn 18. Yeah, so I was very young and had no clue what it was going to be like coming down, and extremely nervous ever since I signed to the moment I came down. But since the first day, I knew how supportive all the guys were, and it was quite different to what I was expecting as well. Expecting no one to really talk to me much because I was so young and new, but everyone made me feel right at home from the get-go. So it's been really good.
Is it true that you are the youngest ever Australian hooker to debut? Because that's what you were saying in the change room.
I don't think I've ever once said that. I don't know, you have to go through the record books.
We'll do some research. We'll get back to this.
There's been a lot of test debuts, and no, I wouldn't say. Maybe on the younger side.
Yeah,
but
on the talented side? Or
No, not at all. It's just a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
So if only, if I had half your talent.
Yeah,
Still wanted to.
Tell us about your Brumbies debut, bro.
It was against Highlanders, 2021 or something like that. And yeah, it was, we lost and missed about 5 lineouts, and it was a very, very disappointing night. So it was very good to be able to debut for Brums, obviously. I was really, really keen to see what the Super Rugby level was like, and it was a lot hard. I expected it to be extremely hard, but it was even more so than I thought. And it was very tough, but it's just the speed of it all, and I suppose the scrums really took me by surprise too. So it was a big learning experience, but I'm very, very grateful I got the chance to.
So you've been here for a few years now. What makes the Brumbies so special?
That's a great question, Shoppy.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Did you come up with that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, I'd say it gets said a lot, but I'd say it's a family environment. So you really do feel like you're a part of something special down here. And I've only obviously ever really been at Brumbies, so I'm not sure what it's like at other clubs, but it just feels really family oriented. You get people like Robin, basically like the mum of the group. Shout out Robin. Yeah, to Robin. She does everything for the guys. Guys like Townie, that just, first in, last to leave, and it just makes it really special having people like that around the club. I feel like it'd be pretty rare to get that across every single club. So it's I think it's a very special place.
Speaking of family, you do have a beautiful family, and
shout out to the Pollards.
The Pollards are one of my favourite people to see of a weekend is Paul Pollard, Billy's dad, and Billy quite humbly does attribute lots of his talent to Paul. Do you want to touch on that, or?
I think he taught me a lot of important lessons, not just in footy, but from a young age, about footy. I suppose there's more league specific. I did a lot of it, but no, he just taught me just all the basic stuff, I suppose, from a very young age. So I'm very, very fortunate to have someone like my dad teach me. As I said, from a young age, I don't think I'd be here without him or without my family in general. But footy side of things, Dad's been extremely important to my development.
Do you ever find it embarrassing that he's like a little bit cooler than you? Like he's better. Like the boys probably like him more than you. If I'm honest, this is honesty.
And I get what you're trying to do. I get what you're trying to do. And as I said, at the end of the day, I'm just trying to be as professional as I can. So he can have fun. He can do what he likes to do. But I'm here to get a job done.
Yeah. You never try to stick with him, or?
No, I did once, and it was actually we have a thing growing up in my house that if I could ever beat Dad in a wrestle, I would be the man of the house.
Yeah.
And I think when I went to, I think it was Year 6 camp, I beat him in a wrestle, and obviously then when I left for the camp, Dad had to step up and be the man of the house. So it was a big responsibility for him, and he's done really well with it.
Yeah, that's cute. That's nice.
So fast forward a few years, you debut for the Wallabies. It's actually a pretty interesting story how you ended up there. Do you want to tell us about that?
Yeah, well, I got a call from Dan McKellar at about 12:30. It was probably like on a Wednesday night or something. And I don't know what I was doing up, but he said one of the boys has gone down. I think Precky went down with a head knock, and then so they just called me over just for injury support. And he said, just get a good night's sleep. We'll fly you out tomorrow, Arvo, or like midday, Arvo. I said, no worries. I'll see you then. Called Mum and Dad, all very excited. Then at about 3:30 in the morning, I get this man with cauliflower ears, very mean, angry-looking young man with a sling at the time, and it was Luke Reimer. He was shaking me, telling me to get up. We have to leave right now. I'm not the best in the mornings, as you know.
No,
And I
Definitely not a morning person.
I was very confused as to why this man was attacking me.
Nocturnal, we call him, Bill.
Yeah. And he said, you have to go now. And I packed a lot of undies, a lot of socks. Honestly, about 3 pairs of shorts, maybe 4 T-shirts, and a little Brumbies duffel bag. We quickly swung by and got my boots. I left my mouth guard, left everything I basically needed. And went over there, then had to get a flight from Canberra to Sydney to San Francisco to Houston to Chile, then Chile to Argentina, which was all you get. I don't know, you get looked after a lot when you travel. The manager does everything. You don't really have to think and doing
That's
that.
how you like it though, right? You don't have to think, just do.
No, well, that's why I enjoy the challenge. Can you stop interrupting my story?
Sorry,
please?
yeah.
It's fine.
My bad, I'm the host, but all good.
Yeah, that's fine. Harry's you both.
co-host.
Please.
Billy Pollard, ladies and gentlemen.
And then made it over there safe and sound. Thankfully, it was a lot of travel, but I was very excited the whole time. Could barely sleep, and then got over there, and that next week they got a good win that week, and then that next week Flower went down, and then the session before the captain's run, and then so they said, Billy, you're in, and I realised shit, I don't have any proper boots or a mouth guard. So the night before I had medals, but they weren't like long enough and they were a bit raggedy, so I just got new boots and had to mould a mouth guard in hot water the night before the game. Oh no, this is really embarrassing and unprofessional. It's just I've changed since then.
Yeah.
And got out and we got pumped. So it was it was very exciting. Mixed emotions about it all, but to make your debut is obviously for the Wallabies, the most special thing you could do as a Australian rugby player. So it was, I absolutely loved it. And besides the result, I wouldn't change a single thing. But it was a really cool experience. I didn't realise how unique it was at the time, all the travel and everything going on to it, because it all happened so quick. But I'm extremely grateful for the opportunity to get my debut, and in those circumstances, it's pretty special. Right?
Is that where the nickname Old Money Bill came from? Because a lot of the boys said that a touring Billy Pollard is a bit of a dangerous beast, and like obviously you've got the rugby league background and the Hornsby Heights origins, but a really sharp haircut. You're wearing R.M. Williams shirts, and you kind of put yourself across as in a different way. Like, can you touch on that, mate?
Yeah, that's fair. And I said, I know what you're trying to do right now. And that's fine. That's what you do, what you have to do in your job. This was a gift. This was a gift for Christmas from my brother, Jack.
Yep.
Shout out,
the
Jack.
haircut. You did the haircut.
Yep.
So,
hey, I'm just a tool. I do what you tell me to do.
you are a tool. You just get off your high horse. Mate, all right? But I suppose Old Money Bill, I actually don't know where that came from. I don't think that's a nickname at all. I think Pollard, B-Pole,
Shoulders
McGee.
Yeah,
The
McGee.
backpack.
The backpack, that's Shoppy's nickname, the backpack.
Whoa. Don't deflect now.
No,
Do you want to talk about the backpack?
well,
How did that happen?
we're versing Blues, and there was the extremely good scrum, and me and Fee were talking about how to best go up against them, like during the game, because obviously they're extremely big and just technically really good. And Shoppy came over and said, "Guys, what are we thinking?" And me and Fee just looked at each other and said, "Whatever, bro. You just do whatever you do."
Yeah.
I believe you said just hold on.
I don't think I said that. Just hold on. I don't think I said hold on.
Yeah, just hold on for the ride or something.
Shoppy's he gets very keen and excited and animated during games. So out of a normal scrum, Shoppy will come up and tell the crowd hype up the crowd how good he is, which is
style.
Yeah,
that's what you need. I feel like it's a bit excessive at times. It's like
that's fair, bro.
you
Totally.
just part of you. Are you guys swearing?
Yeah, you can swear, mate. But just be yourself again.
Yeah, well, it's just like get over yourself. Because you hype up the crowd, they go, "Oh, that's nice."
Sorry for showing a bit of passion, bro.
Man, I'm all full of passion, but there's
I feel like we complement each other well, though. Yin and yang, cool, calm, collected, and the hype man. I don't know.
the hype man. No, it's good. It's good, but time and place.
Yeah, fair, totally. Good feedback.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you're well travelled by this point. You've been on 12 flights to make your Wallabies debut. Talk to us about how you landed at La Rochelle.
Well, that came about obviously.
Foss.
Yeah, Foss didn't get selected for Wallabies, so it freed up the opportunity to go overseas and a World Cup joker. And when it first came about that potentially Lara Shaw had just come off the back of winning the Champions Cup, I didn't really think it would go through because a lot of those deals always fall through at the last minute. And when I got the chance to go, it was unbelievable. The atmosphere at the games, there's flares out the front, people singing the whole time, every stadium's packed out and they're just right into it. It's it's very different, I suppose, to over here sometimes. And
in what way?
Well, I just explained to you if you listened, but just the, I suppose the atmosphere is just very, it's electric, that's what I'd say.
Yeah.
But the lifestyle over there is good too. I went over 102 kilos, came back, I'd say 109.
Yeah. There was a story that Charlie Cale actually picked him up off the bus when he came back from the Murray's bus from Sydney. And Charlie says that the suspension of the bus, like you could see him walking off and like the bus goes down as he takes a step off. And like he's walking over and like Charlie's calling me being like, oh my God, he's here. Like it was ridiculous.
Too many croissants.
Obviously, Charlie, you've got in the car and Charlie said like people are going to say something, but it's not that bad. Like it's all right.
He said, no, because we're going to go see Con and Ed Kennedy. And he said, now they're going to say something, but you look good. Don't worry about it. That's when I knew. I was like, fuck, I put on a bit of weight. To be fair, I was smashing a lot of croissants over there, almond croissants, from my local bakery. So, I think I kept them afloat during a tough financial period for him, which was
almond croissants?
It was almond croissant. But to be fair, I really don't think I was as bad as he makes it out to be. I think he's full of shit.
Not at all.
Did you learn any other French while you're over there?
No. You very, very, very basic. Ça va, which means like, how you going? And say, you say ça va toi back, which means like, yeah, good, and you. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. I had my Uber Eats order down pretty well. Like when the person would arrive, I'd go there and they would say something, and I'd just say oui.
Yeah.
And I'd go merci beaucoup, and then I would either if it was in the Ava, I'd say au revoir, or at night time I'd say bonsoir, which means like have a good evening. I think.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think any of them could tell I was from Australia.
For sure. And that was Uber Eats. Now you mentioned this. What would you be ordering from Uber Eats as a professional athlete?
Salmon poke bowl. Is it poke or poke?
Poke?
Poke bowl.
Yeah.
That, honestly, I got off that. Got on that, should I say, a fair bit over there because it has all your vitamins, your proteins,
nutrients,
etc. Complex carbs.
Yeah, you couldn't even almost lie about that, but that's good. That's good.
There was a few. Well, as I said, most Arvos, after a tough session, I might have an almond croissant. But that's just because I had to put on weight because everyone's so much bigger over there.
Yeah, no red wine for the antioxidants, or
there was a bit of red wine over there.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, which is nice. A bit of vodka Red Bulls after a game occasionally. So.
Oh yeah, for energy, obviously. Makes sense.
Yeah, nice. All right, so obviously you're playing some good footy at the moment. Yeah, just give us a bit of an insight into what's changed over the years for you as you've progressed as a pro footballer. You obviously came here young. And now you're what, 23? Yeah. You're still young. What's changed? I don't know. I suppose like same as it is for anyone. The more you play, the better feel you have for the game, week in, week out. And if you can play consistently, it just helps. Like regardless of who you are, if you're just playing consistent footy each week, it just makes it so much easier. As opposed to there's a lot of times I was, and due to myself being really inconsistent and not being up to standard, I'd be in 1 week, out for 2, maybe in for 20 minutes in the week after. And it's just, as I said, my own fault, just because I wasn't up to the standard at that point in time. And but yeah, I think just playing week in, week out really helps anyone, regardless of position or who you are. It just helps.
So you mentioned playing consistently and injuries. Shall we touch on your hand, your first, not your first big injury, but a defining moment in your life, some would say.
Yeah.
We were living together at this time. Broken hand, Bill. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, so I broke my hand in a mall at training. And,
mall?
Yeah, in a mall. And
wow.
it was obviously pretty devastating at the time. But to be fair, it was only like, but I shattered it through there. You can still see the plate. I just through the,
Show the camera.
Show the camera.
Yeah, it's not really that big of a deal. But
It's a bit bent.
We'll get a photo up on the
It's
screen.
still a bit bent. It's
Same as any other
remarkable.
hand
I'm still
I've
playing. But at that point in time, I was quite. I was living with these two, and yet I had a lot of company. I really felt alone due to the fact that no one really supported me. Everyone was making fun of me. And was doing their own thing whilst I'm at home with my hand above.
Talk about how you had to keep your hand up.
I'd keep my hand up because if I put it down, it would just start throbbing. I'd get pins and needles. I'd walk around like that. I'd be out there at 2 a.m, couldn't sleep, just looking at the moonlight with my hand like that. I don't know why you're laughing, actually. It was a really tough time.
I remember you sitting in the lounge room with your arm up, just, what's up, bro? Like, you want to speak? Or
put your hand up if you don't want breakfast this morning.
Which you've never cooked me breakfast once or dinner.
I literally pulled the mattress into the living room.
Sorry.
Is this your show now? Or?
Due to the fact that I had no support from my mates, I had to go get a cat and cute little kitten.
A kitten?
Yeah, a kitten called Timmer.
I feel like I looked after that poor kitten more than you.
No. So obviously when I first got him, he was so small and I knew the responsibility was on me to take care of him. And I think it really made me grow up to having a cat like that. And just
Bit of responsibility.
Yeah, he's not the most independent cat, Timmy. There's a lot of cats are. He requires a lot of love and nurture. And I knew you two weren't going to give it to him. So
just for listeners at home, like Timmy was how much would he? He's tiny. He's a tiny little cat.
He's a ginger cat. Little ginger cat.
Super needy. Like if someone's sitting down, Timmy's coming and sitting on you.
Which is what you want.
No, well, I feel like you got a little bit frustrated as time went on with Tim. Because he'd come to me for love. Yeah, and I didn't want to be that parent, parent figure, the father figure, you call it.
I understand the narrative you're pushing here. Like I do. And I understand it's your job to try and do that. But I'm telling you the facts.
I'm just telling you the truth.
Care of that cat. No. Well, anyway, he's with Nan at the moment.
Yeah.
Shout out Nan if you're watching or listening.
Nan and Auntie Kate and Auntie Chris and Rach. He's up there they have 3 cats in that house. Yeah. And he's a bit of a handful at times, but it's unfortunate. Had to lend him to Nan for a little bit just because he kept urinating on my carpet.
Well, I think that was him rebelling against you because he never did that once with me.
Potentially it was because where he is meant to urinate, e.g. the kitty litter, how many times would that have been emptied? I don't know, maybe not enough.
That's a good question.
So you say that, but I cleaned it once a day. Minimum.
That's fair.
That was minimum.
You couldn't have possibly done it. The smell. I could smell it.
Yeah.
And that's
I think you're over-exaggerating again. And as I said, I get what you're trying to do. Yeah. That's fine.
We'll get back to Timmy the Cat. But as Harry said at the start, we did all used to live together in a house, us 3. The Kaylin house around the corner from here was a unreal house.
Yeah, it was
many good times from that house. Do we want to touch on any funny stories from when we used to live together? We spoke about Timmy the Cat. Bill's infamous birthday parties, dress up, Yeah,
a few dress up.
The last one, there was an incident with the weather and a blackout. Do you want to...
Well, was that my 21st? No, that was
your 22nd.
22nd. Well,
we celebrate Bill's birthday every year.
Billy's a big birthday guy.
Big dress-up guy
massive too. Everyone knows. It's my birthday. It's my birthday.
It ends up being a team social because everyone has to come.
Yeah. Well, 2 days to my birthday.
You said that because I feel like it's sad that I had to say it's my birthday. Everyone has to come here for us to bond as a team. So
you're taking initiative.
I would use that as a chance just for everyone to get together. What was my... Your 21st was duos. We went to Step Brothers.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, yeah.
Where'd you go? Oh, you went Randy
Orton and John Cena.
Yeah.
With Cheds.
Yeah.
Cheds. And then
some good pictures about that.
Yeah, the 22nd, I was Batman.
Yeah.
And Cheds was Bane. I think that was
movies. Movie characters.
Just because I wanted to go as Batman. So I just made it movie characters.
And Billy would dress up as Batman for maybe a week or 2 before he got his costume and went to Spotlight.
Well, I wanted to get into character.
There's actually a funny clip of Bill dressed as Batman.
Yeah.
We'll put it up. We'll send it to our producer, Connor. Shout out Connor behind the camera. Of him leaping across the living room.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. We'll show it.
He planned and choreographed the whole thing. It's impressive. We did it multiple times.
But yeah, what happened with the... There was a blackout, and then old mate Lumberjack over here.
Yeah, it was going really well. I thought everyone's having a good time, playing a bit of beer pong, and then a bit of a severe storm comes through, wouldn't you believe? It wasn't forecasted either, so it was quite scary.
Unexpected, you could say.
Yeah, unexpected weather. And anyways, it just starts bucketing down, hurricane winds, the works. It was actually quite frightening for everyone involved. And then, and then this big tree has come down on our street, taking out all the power lines with it. And
Dusty Swain's car as well.
Oh, yeah, well, that was funny because Darth said, shit, I think my window's open. I'm going to go. I swear to God, he was like, I think my window's open. I'm going to go close it.
He's got a photo of it. We'll put it up.
Yeah, he comes back and said, there's a tree on my car. And he still blames me for that, like I pushed the tree. But no,
you do have the power for that. But
no, yeah, that's a different story. But no, it does. Yeah, he's a good kid. And I think you learn from that experience too. But then I see Chris Kyle, I believe you dressed as American Sniper, going out trying to battle the winds with a gun, a toy gun. But going out, and then I see you hitting the tree, trying to cut this massive, massive tree with an axe, but you're using the wrong side of the axe, which was you had a bit to drink. That was quite embarrassing. I felt sorry for you. But I actually didn't have the heart to tell you at the time.
It's not true at all. And the thing we've got, I think it's a positive thing about the Brumbies when we dress up, there's no half dress ups.
You got to go all in.
You got to go all in. And some of us go more method than the others. I think after you've had a few brewskis, like I was Chris Kyle that night. I believe I was there to protect.
If Chris Kyle was a lumberjack.
To protect the crew. And that's what in my mind, that's what I was trying to do. But
how long did you spend out there trying to chop the tree down?
Until Batman got me, really, honestly.
We actually got a nice photo of us all on that tree, remember that?
Yeah, that's true. We'll get that photo up now.
Yeah, that was a good time. But how embarrassing for you, really.
Not really.
I
was progress.
And then we had Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
That was whipping everyone.
I didn't have a whip.
Is it true that you already had the whip?
Yeah, you already had the whip from home. It was only a real short one, actually. It was weird. But it was good he brought it in for a prop anyways. Good Shoppy.
A lot of people
do you like them apples?
Talk about when we dress up, like people go pretty like they'll do different things. Like I'll be Chris Kyle, I might be Jackie Moon the next time, like different genres. You've been known to be a superhero. Is that because you've done obviously Batman, you go around as Superman often day to day, and then Spider-Man at another event. Is that because you see yourself as a superhero in day-to-day life?
I actually have it on good authority that when Bill was younger, shout out Janine, she told me this.
Appreciate Janine.
She said that you used to always dress up as Spider-Man, I think, when you were younger, and you had an obsession with Spider-Man.
Well, I just think, I admire superheroes and what they stand for. It's something that's really important, and it goes on to that chat about morals and integrity. So if you want to take the piss out of that, that's fine. But they stand
stating the facts.
Yeah, I know. Once again, I'm talking. So it's just they just stand for something greater than what we are. So I just feel like it's something to be commended.
I feel you, bro. I totally feel
so it is a deep-rooted issue.
What's the issue?
Well, it's not an ish me.
Well, I just think it's just a fun little thing everyone can do from time to time. And what did you come as?
When?
Have I had 3 parties or 2?
You've definitely had more than 3 parties. But
I think all I can remember was Indiana Jones and John Cena. So.
Once again,
did you have a 22 to 22nd, or was it?
No, that was my 22nd, the tree.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. So, we spoke about the house. We had good fun. Out of myself and Harry, who was the better roommate and why?
Definitely Harry. He goes with the flow a bit easier. I think Shoppy's extremely regimented and everything has to be at the same time. And if it's not, he starts tearing up. His eyes start welling. He starts freaking out. Those voice cracks. And it was nothing wrong with that, but it's just I just think I could, at that time, I was a bit loosey-goosey. I think Vella understood that a bit more. And what about that time we almost came to blows? I mean, it was just me and you living with each other.
Yeah, tell that story.
Well, we were late. Some promo.
It was a promo.
Yeah, and we were going to be right on time. We weren't going to be late. We're going to be right on time.
Is this when you picked me up afterwards?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a tough car trip.
And then Shoppy starts screaming at me. And then we're in the elevator, he's yelling at me, and I'm just copping it. Because that's what always, he just gets into me and I just cop it. I go, I'm sorry, Mr.
I was at my wit's end.
I go, I'm sorry, Mr. Shop.
I don't like being late. Punctuality is key.
Well, I'm never late either. I'm just not half an hour early, which is fine.
Whatever.
And he's yelling at me, and then I said, please stop. And then I just fire back at him. I say, hey, don't talk to me like that. I don't appreciate it. And then he says, "Don't you dare talk back to me." And as he's screaming, we're in a scream fest. This guy walks on the elevator. Me and Shoppy go really quiet. Shoppy's clenching his fist. And then it was a very quiet trip back. And then he starts telling me about how important it is to him. I said, "Shoppy, I understand that. I'm sorry." Then we picked you up. And then all the good work we did to forgive each other just became undone like that because he decides to bitch and moan about me to you in front of my face.
I had to vent.
I gotta stick up for you here, Shoppy. I gotta like you do enjoy pushing people mentally.
You are good at it. And I'll give you that.
You don't mind taking time. Like you'll do days, weeks, months, and then eventually you'll wear him down at the weakest moment. I think. What about when we were all three of us? We used to do a walk to the petrol station at night to get maybe a chocolate milk before bed, like
zero sugar lollies,
a yogurt. And like Billy's like he's been at me all day. Like he's like at 3. He's kicking my ankles or something as we're walking past. They're like maybe like throwing rocks at me or just like
being a pest.
Like he'll bring a ball and then like throw you a ridiculous pass and be like.
I think that's what it was. I threw you a pass that was a bit high. You dropped it. You got embarrassed. You took it out of me. And you tried to fight me on the street. You're doing it again.
No,
did you not? Yes, true or false? Did you try to fight me on the street?
I said, if we want to do this, we can do this.
Oh, that's right. You said track on. You tried to say, do you want to crack? Do you want to crack?
Smack
but he
on.
said, smack on or something. But he said, do you want to track on? Which then...
Word vomit.
So he opened himself up and I just go straight back at him.
Yeah, Billy bullshit, ladies and gentlemen.
It's Billy GS. It's GST.
It is GST.
As you can probably tell, when he tells stories, he adds a little bit of GST on always. So just be aware of that.
This interview is just to... get all your
we're
shit
just
out of
telling
me.
stories.
We're telling stories. People want to get to know you. You're a big character.
It's fine. I'm just saying I think you guys are lying, and I think you've done that from the get-go.
Yeah.
I've got a question for you, bro.
Fix it or I'm leaving. Thank you.
I've got a question for you. Is it true that Paul Pollard wrote up the current news articles linking you with the Perth Bears in order to gain a little bit of fame for himself and potentially your late grandfather as well?
I think there may be a bit of truth to that. I think Dad obviously wanted himself brought up in the articles, taking the piss out of my dead granddad. I don't know about that, but I think obviously Pop or Granddad, we called him. He played 30 games or something for the Bears first grade, which was pretty amazing back in the day. It's something that is very important to our family, that whole Bears culture. But there was absolutely no truth whatsoever to that.
Do you like Perth as a city?
Do you like bears as animals?
Yeah, I do like bears. I respect them. So I think they're the apex predators. But I love the North Sydney Bears. I wish the Perth Bears all the best. But
speaking of animals, the Lions are coming to town in later this year. That's obviously something that all Australian rugby players aspire to be involved with. Has it been something that you've been thinking about as you've been playing this year, and what would it mean to you to be involved?
Oh, it'd be amazing. Obviously, it's something that only happens every 12 years. And remember when we used to... Were you here at the time? Or was that Lockie? When we used to watch the documentaries on Stan about the Lions tours? Remember that? Were you there?
I don't think I was there yet.
Yeah, we had my phone back then. And we watched all those documentaries, and I suppose that's because when it started to mean a lot for everyone in our house, that we didn't understand, I suppose because we're so young, the importance of it. But after watching that and then understanding you may potentially have the opportunity to verse them is something that's very exciting. But that being said, I think you still have to focus on the Brumbies season. You don't want to get... if your attention gets off that, then it's only going to be detrimental to the team. So, like anyone, I'd absolutely love the chance to be a part of that little series. But for right now, I'm just really focused on the Brumbies.
And you are playing good footy.
Thank you.
Those, we both get to scrum with you, and Billy Shoulders, that's where it's come. Do you attribute lots of your recent form to the Garmin watch? Because I'm not trying to get you a sponsorship, but a lot of people calling you Garmin Bill. There's a few copycat claims, and yes, it's the cheaper model, but you go through it. Got
to start somewhere.
The thing is, it is a cheaper model, and for starters, you're not professional until you have a Garmin. I'll say that day dot.
You have,
and I'm professional because I got one. But the boys take the piss out of the size of it because the clock face isn't too big. But
sizes and everything, Bill.
Yeah, well, I found out the hard way.
Amen.
Unfortunately, it is. But this is actually still really exciting because I use it for the exact same thing all the other boys do: tell the time, stopwatch, the occasional heart rate.
Yeah.
And the boys may use the other thing for golf, but they're paying about $1,000 extra or $750 extra. It's just which is, at the end of the day, they're the idiots, aren't they?
Yeah.
So,
and it is entertaining. Sometimes we have a little like cheat nights. We go to grilled. We order burgers. We go hard. And everyone's like, why is Bill in the corner looking at his watch? And he's like stuffing his face. He's like, I'm checking my heart rate.
I'm not checking my heart rate. I'm just tracking everything because you're a professional.
Tracking calories.
You track everything.
Yeah.
So, and I actually wouldn't be seen at grilled, so it's funny you say that.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah.
Maybe the low carb.
I'll see. I've got some photos.
The low carb bun. It doesn't matter.
Low carb bun.
Whatever.
It's a factor. Whatever.
All right, what we're going to do, we're going to finish up with a little segment that we're going to use throughout our episodes of the podcast. Vella, do you want to talk about Sauna Chat?
Yeah, we'll go through Sauna Chat with you guys. So obviously when the boys are in the sauna, like we try and stick in there for a little while. And when you're hurting, chat gets a little dry. Like once you get through what's happened in the day and like your love lives and you kind of like run out of things to talk about. So the boys kind of invented this thing where we just pretty much give each other hypotheticals and go through it. So we're just going to run a few by Bill at the moment. You can take your time with these. Like I don't want you to be flustered like you have for most of the podcast. So so like first one, you got to listen to 3 songs for the rest of your life. Only these 3 songs. What are you picking?
First one would be House of the Rising Sun. He's a bit of an old soul, I suppose.
Old money Bill.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not money. It's just
This is good.
good taste in music.
People get to see your weirder side.
And then
so go for it.
Father and Son, Cat Stevens.
Yep.
And then the third one, to be honest, I'm tossing and turning between White Flag by Dido.
Yep.
Or Slipping Through My Fingers, ABBA.
Yeah, I was going to say...
They get you in the feel, and I don't think I could ever get sick of any of those songs because they're just obviously you like the modern stuff, which is fine.
I would say
I just feel like I just feel like the more character you have, you sort of gravitate towards those songs from the 80s, maybe the 70s, stuff like that. So yeah, I feel like that's
the ABBA choice was a bit of a flashback because when you were in your injury phase with the hand in the air, I'd come out at like 2 o'clock at night thinking, what is that sound? And he's playing ABBA, looking at the moonlight.
Whatever gets you through.
Bullshit.
And that's when I found out that he was weird. I didn't know what was going on.
But I'd listen to any ABBA song. What is it? Fernando Chiquita? I believe it's called Chiquita.
All right, next question. 3 movies, TV shows included. The rest of your life, you can only watch these. So obviously, you're looking for rewatch potential. Yep.
Well, as I said, I'm a big movie guy, so I don't think I could limit it to 3 movies. I'm just going to go TV shows, if that's okay with you.
I'll let you pick a series. So, like, you can put the Harry Potter series in there if you want.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, that's a generous pick.
No,
this is Sauna Chat.
I'd say first one would be Sopranos.
Yeah,
That's my favourite show, best show of all
time.
time. I have, actually, numerous times. So.
What happens at the end?
Well, it's actually up for much debate because it just goes black. People think, what's happened?
Yeah.
But actually, you'll find out later that's well believed that Tony Soprano gets clipped, he gets whacked.
Yeah, don't call me Ashley.
Yeah. Well, I'm not done with my list, sorry. And then The Office, US.
Great show.
Great show. It is a great show. I just feel that's something you can watch all the time.
It's kind of remind me of Michael Scott, to be fair.
Thank you, Dwight. I appreciate that. And
He's quick.
Yeah.
He's quick.
And third one, left centre. A lot of boys give me heaps of shit for this. Bondi Rescue.
Yeah, you are into men a little bit.
Excuse me?
Sorry, go.
Yeah, I could watch Bondi Rescue all day, every day.
It's a bit left field, but, it's a show.
I just think it's the best show ever. And, it just brings back a lot of memories for when I went to Bondi that one time. So.
Yeah, that's true. You got the skin for it. What would be the largest animal you could take down in a bare hands? We'll say it's about the size of this room, which is maybe 5 by 5. The largest animal you could take down. And like you've been humble for most of the interview, so like you can show your true colours here.
Well, I don't know, because I don't think I could take down I definitely couldn't take down like a pit bull or something. So I feel like anything past a dog, you're lying. I feel like I could take a koala pretty easy.
Even with the chlamydia?
Even with the chlamydia.
Nice.
Even with that disease Shoppy carries.
Too far,
but
bro.
the
GST.
Yeah, sorry.
Billy GST.
But Yeah, I don't know. I'd say maybe a poodle of some sort.
A poodle.
Because I just don't think we give them enough credit.
Oh,
Like just
the
any
poodles.
animals.
I was going to say
What do you
poodle
think you
is
could take down a
crazy.
kangaroo? Could you take down a kangaroo?
I don't know.
Easily.
Or what about a smaller
Easily.
kangaroo?
From behind, bro.
Oh, fuck.
Take it from behind.
Well, Shoppy's got a point. If he gets it on his back, it's just
Exactly,
that tail,
bro.
dude. The tail is going to be tough.
Use it to run up and grab it by the neck.
No.
You're a big
there's no
guy, though.
chance.
You're a big guy.
You're a big guy.
You wouldn't give it a go.
And endurance is not your friend.
Whoa.
So
I'm more of a power athlete.
yeah, he's a power athlete. He's built for.
What are you doing? I'm just throwing out a suggestion here. So you've got a cow. Like, I'd back you to like maybe get around the horns and put it on the deck. Could you do some work there? Like they're tame animals.
Well, I feel like if I had a rope, do I have a rope?
No,
bare
it's
hands.
bare hands.
Bare hands. If I was to
It's a
maybe grab
stupid
both his
question.
legs and then, no, I wouldn't be strong enough to.
You wouldn't be strong
There's
enough.
no way. Could you cut down a cow?
I'd give it a red hot crack.
I know
Bill.
you could eat one, but I'm saying could you cut one down?
Whoa.
Okay, he says the body image jokes.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
probably
Sorry,
where we
bro.
draw the line.
Sorry about that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right, well,
yeah,
look.
it's not deep fried.
I know we finish up there.
I have a question for you.
Okay,
So
your podcast or
no, I'm just not done yet. Just obviously with your Achilles injury, the rehab's all going well from what I'm hearing.
so far, yeah.
But just and unfortunately you had that shoulder, and I just want to know when you went down against Forth, there's a certain comment made by a certain captain of the Brumbies whilst he was over you cleaning out, and what was that?
I don't remember. I was in pain. I can't remember.
Oh.
Do you want to tell the audience?
Well, I don't know if you can add this in, but I believe you, by the sounds of things, squealing, not my words, you were squealing like a pig. And then
Billy GST.
No, and then Alan said, "Get the fuck up and stop squealing like a pig." And
I don't think
it's,
that last bit was accurate.
I do think it's accurate. You have to ask Alan, but
I'll ask Alan. We'll get him on
Alan,
this podcast.
I don't know
We'll
if
ask him.
Alan would do that, but
No, I
we'll have
promise
to get
you.
him on.
Well, he sees red in games, doesn't he?
He does.
He can be quite
see
aggressive,
red.
and
Actually,
it's not himself.
funny story about that. Oh, I've been blessed with the opportunity by Steve to run water a few times this year, and give the boys the hydration they need. And like some of the messages come down, and like I won't tell everyone all the messages, but like a few times it's like get to Alan and make sure he gets to the referee that tell him to like look at the offside there, and it's just like the worst feeling because going up to Alan in the game, you're like, hey mate, like you got. Like Steve wants you to check the referee. And he goes, he's the referee. He already knows. And you're like,
He's competitive, Alan.
it's all good.
We love you, Alan.
He does see a bit of red. And just a question for you.
Yeah, you've
Just trying to
confessed
make
this
up
earlier.
Just turn quickly, yeah.
I
I don't know how I feel about this.
Yeah, I'm just letting
Nah,
other
cool,
people
go.
know about you.
Go,
But
the-
now
this
you get
is a safe
defensive,
space.
but you get defensive. Which,
I am. This is our
anyways,
podcast.
I'm asking Harry, please. If you had to pick who was a better roommate between me and Shoppy, and you have to think about everything I did for you the whole time.
So
It's
like,
relative to the amount of time that we spent together. Because I was a
Yeah.
late inclusion, right? So
Well,
Yeah.
we actually didn't want Shoppy, did we? At first, no, that's a bit of a true story. They said Robin came up
should we
to us
take the
and
mic off him?
said,
Or-
Blake Shop, can he move in with you? And I said, absolutely not. Because we had our own little thing going at
Yeah.
that time. And we'd seen Shoppy shoot shield. Obviously he gets the crowd involved, and we just didn't think that was our cup of tea.
Such a lie, bro.
And but anyways, sorry, back to
obviously we had some good times there, Bill. At the end, it's not true, Shoppy. I knew you from Nudgy days, so I knew you were a great guy from the start.
Thank you.
I will say, once he found out that I had to move in with my partner Zoe, it was like you were angry. You were coming at me daily. And,
It was like a daily task. How fired up can I get Harry?
I do have a little bit of a sugar-free soft drink addiction, and so I'd happily buy two. I'd buy one for Bill as well, and Billy would like drink half of both. Like that was a shot.
Well, you never specified which one was it, and then so
Early days, Bill. You
Never
were
had-
good fun.
yeah, I think you were good too. I'm just trying to think. Sorry about that. Sorry.
No, don't worry about it. We'll cut you off there.
Yeah,
all
we'll
right?
just cut it off. No, go ahead.
This has been fun. We've got through the first episode. Hopefully that was appropriate for
How
everyone.
do you find the Brumbies, Harry?
Can we take the mic off this guy?
you,
pass me the mic.
You enjoying it and move down? It's all good.
Yeah, it's
all
going
good,
well.
it's fine.
Appreciate it, mate.
Sure, no worries at all.
Dick,
Sweet.
such a dick.
Cool. So, Bill, thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, sweet. That's a wrap for episode 1. Make sure you guys leave some feedback. Oh, this is good. Leave some feedback, questions, comments about who you want to see on the pod. Anyone that you want to see, we'll try and get them on and tell some good stories. But anything else we want to say before we wrap up?
Yeah, like and subscribe. Appreciate having Bill on there.
thanks.
Good luck this weekend, Bill.
Yeah, thank you.
Good
Appreciate
guys.
it, guys. Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah.
All right, that's it.
Take it
See
easy.
you in the next one. That's a wrap.
That's good.